Maybe it's been a topic this holiday season with family and friends. The world of artificial intelligence is exploding, moving quickly. Things are becoming more advanced, and that can leave many of us feeling unsure, maybe even nervous. So we asked Dr. Manjeet Rege to join us today. He's a data science and software engineering professor at the University of St. Thomas. Thanks for joining us today.
Sure, my pleasure.
And now before we talk about this topic, just let our audience know a little bit about yourself. What got you into this as a professor and just in your own, interests?
Yeah, so I've been in AI for about 2 decades now. I got my PhD in machine learning, and what really excited me was, with using machine learning and AI, you can discover insights from data, and that is something that really got me interested 2 decades ago, and I've been at it.
Well, we know AI is growing. People are figuring out different ways how they can incorporate it into their lives, maybe don't realize how it's already been a part of their lives. What's the next frontier for AI, you think?
Yeah, AI is evolving from being a specialized technology to being a more general purpose capability. Any piece of software you use today has an AI component to it. And more in the upcoming year, you will see end-to-end workflows in businesses that will be automated with AI. And the question in my mind is not really about whether AI will advance further. Sure, it will, but whether we can do it in a much more responsible and safe manner as well.
You bring up a good point there. Do you think people have a right to be concerned about AI? You talked about workflow. There's people worried about losing their jobs. It's one thing if it's a part of the computers, but if it's now doing the things that people were doing, are these concerns legitimate?
Yes, they are. Trust is extremely important, and a number of enterprises, directly dive into AI. They embrace the technology, but do not think about the consequences of it. And in about 5 weeks, I've co-authored a report that I'll be releasing on the impacts of generative AI on jobs in Minnesota, and we can speak more about that at that time. But to your question, the concerns are legitimate. There will be sections of society that will get impacted due to the automation that is going to be taking over.
All right, something to keep in mind for people. In addition to your report, you also have a new book coming out shortly called Ethics and Governance of Artificial Intelligence, Frameworks, Risks, and Society. What led you to write this book, and why is it so important?
Yeah, I've had books earlier, and that was mainly for a technical audience. And to your earlier question, there is a section of society that is concerned about AI. And this book really tries to bridge that gap between the technical audience and everybody who's concerned about AI. This book also kind of lays down rather a roadmap about the fact that you can innovate in AI, but at the same time, I think we can take that innovation hand in hand with understanding the risks as well. So those two things, that is ethics and governance of AI and innovation, are not opposing forces. They could be done together as well.
Finding a balance here is
right.
Key. You're headed to India next week for an India AI tour. You told me you'll be there for about a month. What conversations do you expect to have across all those different universities?
Yeah, India has developed a very ambitious as well as a deep practical AI ecosystem, and this is an opportunity to learn about the number of problems that are being solved using AI, such as healthcare access, using AI for identification, cybersecurity, engaging with students over there and extending the St. Thomas brand and making students over there aware about AI opportunities here at St. Thomas as well as in Twin Cities.
Wonderful. Well, if someone wants to look out for that report you mentioned that's coming out in about a month, or just keep up with the work that you're putting out, how can they keep tabs on you?
At the St. Thomas website, my information is available, as well as at manjeetrege.com.
Wonderful. Dr. Rege, thank you for joining us and helping educate our viewers on this new frontier here with AI.